It's 11 p.m. You're finally laying in bed, the room is dark, and the only light is the blue glow reflecting off your face. You're scrolling through something mindless, trying to shut off your brain after a long day. Suddenly, a notification banners across the top of your screen. It's a message from someone you actually care about. Maybe it's a close friend, a parent, or that person you've been seeing for a few weeks. It says something simple. Hey, can we talk? Or maybe just, did you see my last text? In a healthy world, your heart should jump with excitement. But instead, it sinks. You feel this sudden, heavy, physical weight in your chest, like someone just handed you a backpack full of stones. You know that replying takes exactly 10 seconds. You know that by not replying, you're becoming that person. The flake, the ghost, the one who is too busy for the people who matter. But you can't do it. You just can't. You swipe the notification away, lock your phone, and flip it face down. For a split second, you feel a wave of relief, but it's immediately replaced by a crushing wave of guilt. Why does a 10-second text feel like a 10-hour shift at work? Why are we ghosting the people we actually love? Today, we're peeling back the layers of the human brain to understand why leaving someone unread is rarely about being rude, and almost always about a silent struggle for mental survival. We're going to look at the dark side of digital accessibility and how it's literally rewiring our stress response. And you'll want to stick around, because I'm going to reveal something called the shame spiral, the exact psychological glitch that explains why the longer you wait to reply, the more impossible it becomes to ever hit send. To understand the non-responder, we first have to talk about what I call social overdraft. In the 90s, if you weren't at home, you were officially unavailable. You were off the grid by default. Peace was the baseline of human existence. But today, available is a mandatory requirement.
Your phone is a 24/7 portal that everyone you've ever met carries in their pocket. Every notification is essentially a subpoena. It's a demand for your time, your wit, your empathy, and your emotional labor. But here's what most people miss: cognitive load. When you receive a text, your brain doesn't just see words. It runs a complex social simulation. You have to decode the sender's mood, calculate the perfect tone for your response, pick the right emoji so you aren't misunderstood, and weigh the consequences of your answer. If your social battery is at 5%, your brain simply shuts down the port to protect your remaining energy. It's called decision fatigue. When your brain is overwhelmed by work, bills, and life, one more low-stakes text feels like the final straw that will break your mental back. Before we go deeper, I want you to be honest with yourself. Open your phone right now and look at your unread messages. How many are staring back at you? Is it 5, 50, 500? Drop that number in the comments. Let's see who else is currently living in a state of social overdraft. You might think you're just lazy, but energy isn't the only thing at play here. Your childhood attachment style is actually pulling the strings of your messaging habits more than you realize. This is where it gets deeply personal. Your reaction to a late reply says more about your psychology than the actual text itself. If you are the person on the other side, the one waiting, and you feel like the world is ending when someone doesn't reply in 10 minutes, you likely have an anxious attachment style. To you, communication is a bridge. When the bridge is silent, you feel like the entire relationship is collapsing. You view silence as a form of abandonment. But the person not replying, they often have an avoidant attachment style. To them, a buzzing phone doesn't feel like a bridge. It feels like a tether. It almost like a leash. By intentionally delaying the reply, they are subconsciously proving to themselves that they are still free. They are creating a buffer zone between their private soul and a demanding world. It's a desperate, often messy attempt to maintain autonomy in an age where boundaries have been digitized out of existence. Think about that one friend who always takes 3 to 5 business days to respond. Are they actually avoiding you? Or are they just terrified of losing themselves in the constant noise of others? Now, let's talk about the big secret that chronic non-responders never want to admit. We don't forget to reply. We remember too much. This is the shame spiral. It starts innocently. I'll reply when I'm less stressed. But then, 2 days pass. Now you feel guilty. You feel like a bad friend. Then, a week passes. Now a simple sorry feels too small. You feel like you owe them a massive, heartfelt explanation. The emotional cost of the reply just went from 10 seconds to a 3-page dissertation. The message becomes a monument to your inadequacy. You aren't avoiding the person. You're avoiding the version of yourself that failed to be good enough to reply on time. You're hiding from your own guilt. It sounds counterintuitive, but psychology suggests that slow responders are often high-functioning empaths. They take emotional labor very seriously. They don't want to give you a half-baked response or a fake response. They want to be fully present for you. But because they can't be fully present right now, they choose silence over being superficial. They are the canaries in the coal mine of the digital age. They are the first ones to break under the weight of infinite accessibility. They aren't bad at texting. They are overstimulated by a world that never stops talking. So, how do we fix this without burning every bridge we've ever built? First, we need to normalize low-stakes transparency. If you're the one who is overwhelmed, try the status update. A simple message saying, "I saw this. I'm at capacity right now, but I'll get back to you soon," kills the anxiety for everyone. It stops the shame spiral before it starts. Second, for the ones waiting, stop taking silence personally. 90% of the time, that unread message has nothing to do with your value as a human being, and everything to do with the other person's internal battle with their own phone. Send a no-pressure text. It is the single kindest thing you can do for an overwhelmed brain. Before we wrap up, hit that subscribe button if you've ever felt this specific type of digital anxiety. We're building a community here for people who value real, deep connection over constant, instant availability. Look at your phone one more time. You aren't a robot. You weren't designed to be on call for 8 billion people. If you haven't replied to someone in a month, maybe send them this video. Let it be your icebreaker. Let it be your way of saying, it wasn't you. It was the noise. Stop judging yourself for needing silence. Your peace is worth more than a blue tick or a read receipt. Put your phone in another room. Go outside. Be unavailable. You haven't just earned it, you need it.